Fully operational battle station. Right. Okay. So looks like we're live. Let's see if chat is actually working. Okay. Shall we wait a couple of minutes or just get straight into it?
Let's get straight into it.
All right. So this is two guys, T and D&D, and we're talking about something that isn't D&D today. We're talking about the Call of Cthulhu 7th edition quick start rules. So,
right on. So, should we start with the good? What did we like about the quick start rules?
Well,
first thing, for me, first thing, sorry, cut you off. They're short. I like that. When I think quick start, I think not a lot of pages. I don't like a quick start game that has like as many pages as other systems' whole core books have. But this was nice.
It's got like what, 16 pages maybe?
Yeah, I think it's 16, and they also have a nice little scenario at the back that you can run with your players.
Yeah, and this is free as well, so you can have a go at the game before you even buy the actual rulebook, which is always nice to see. Because it's a big investment to actually put maybe £30 in a rulebook and then find you don't like it.
Right.
So more games should definitely do this. I mean, D&D's got one. We found a few others which have some, but yeah, definitely a good thing, and I want to see more of that.
The dice mechanics. I like the dice mechanics in the game. It goes on a D100 system, and while you roll some other dice, I think a lot of at least, I mean, I haven't played the game yet, but it looks like a lot of the game mechanics run off of rolling the D100s, which I like.
Yeah, it's all sort of percentile stuff is what it's called, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the system itself is actually quite simple. There's a few stats that you roll at the start, and they sort of, by looking at it, you only seem to use those sort of initial stats somewhat sparingly. It's more you use your investigator's skills.
Right.
So that there's a lot of skills in this game, which is great. So it really gives a lot of character variation. So you really got to think about how your party's sort of organized and who's doing what, who's good at what. Like having a doctor, having a soldier, having a policeman or something.
A librarian. Librarian is always a good character to have. Well, another gem I think of the game is just character creation itself. Seems pretty easy, and it's probably even easier once you're familiar with the system. Yeah. But it seems like you could pull together a character fairly quickly, and I like that you can, as the game master, kind of create professions, and so you can kind of just let your players just kind of make their own profession and assign skills and to it. Yeah. So I liked that.
I mean, I expect the main full rulebook has got more preset professions. There are 1, 2, 4, 7 professions in the quick start set. Yeah. And with a good sort of variety of skills actually. And there's a lot of flexibility within the actual profession, which is nice as well. It's well, if you think about D&D, when you're making a character there, you've only got maybe a couple of skills you can actually change around.
Mm-hmm.
They're fairly sort of set in one particular direction. Like fighters will probably take athletics and intimidation or something. It's same with barbarians, and then other things will take stealth and something else. It's sort of it's yeah, I like the freedom you're actually given in this game.
Yeah, I do too. It's one of the things that definitely, as I was reading through the quick rules, I was like, wow, I really like the way it seems these characters roll out. Plus, the abilities are a little different than a lot of other games that utilize abilities. I mean, you got some of your standard ones: intelligence, I think strength. Just trying to pull up the PDF here real quick.
Yeah, it's constitution, power,
Yeah.
appearance, which you don't often see so sort of set because I think some of the older editions of Dungeons and Dragons, your charisma was sort of your appearance. Am
Oh,
I
what
right
did
in
they
saying that?
call comely? I think it was comeliness or something like that. I think in
Yeah,
one of the editions they had like comeliness, and that was another stat. And the higher it was, obviously, the more physically attractive the character was.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I dig this. And they do a nice little job of just kind of helping a player know what each of those stats mean, but not so much so that it overwhelms you.
yeah,
Um, I also liked. It looks like you have a standard point array, kind of like they do in like fifth edition Dungeons and Dragons,
yeah,
and you can then assign those points across your different abilities. So that was nice because it makes for some quick character development. It's like
yeah. There might be more in depth in the full rule set, but I mean,
yeah,
this is just great to create a character within sort of 5-10 minutes and just jump straight in, which is
yeah,
a benefit of this quick start rules.
yeah. And another thing I liked that was pretty decent. It, so unlike other games where you kind of go against like a set DC or something, it's you're in this game. It seems like you go off of your whatever your attribute is, and they do full, half, and fifth. So your attribute is broken down full, half, and fifth, and depending on how difficult the task is your character is trying to perform, will tell you what score to roll against. So I really like that. That was really cool. It seems like it really made it much more simple.
Yeah, yeah. So it's sort of it can be, I guess, a little bit difficult to actually decide what's hard and what's really hard if you sort of not DM very much. Like shoving open a door with your shoulder. I mean, I guess. I mean, I'd say that was somewhat difficult unless you've got a lot of strength. That's how I'd roll with that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if there's actually a written rule about how to decide. I don't think there is. But yeah, I really do like that system. It's sort of, especially when you get to those extreme difficulties. I mean, yeah, it's really hard to pull off, but it feels great when you do actually pull that off.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it could be 2% chance of you actually doing it. Yeah. So what are
Yeah.
the bad things? What don't you like about this rule set?
Um, well, again, we'll just say based on the quick rules, it seems like while the rolling is fairly simple, it seems like they really complicate. I'm trying to pull up again. It's a section in this PDF um, where I think it just seems kind of clunky, but I think once you get used to it, you could figure it out fairly quickly. Um,
Yeah, it's the I think the addition of the sort of bonus and penalty dice is a nice addition, but it might overcomplicate things a little bit. Um,
yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
do you really need that if you've already got sort of hard and extreme difficulties of actually the role itself? I mean, do you really need to impose, another penalty to that? If the
Right.
extreme succeeding at something extremely difficult is, 5% chance, which is, probably not going to happen. So that's one thing I don't particularly like. But I think if I played this more, I think I'd probably get used to it.
Yeah, yeah. So there's not much I really don't that I have a strong like I don't like this.
mm,
Um, the th- Here it is, credit rating. There's this thing in the game called credit rating, and basically, depending on what your character's credit rating is, kind of impacts like his social standing. Um, so for me, I think it would be better if you just kind of role played that. But they have like a whole like little section here on how to do it, how to figure out what your credit rating would be, and it ranges from 0 to 99. Um, so that was one of those things I just like, huh, that's interesting. But then again, it might fit really well into the game. I don't know.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, I guess it would depend on what sort of era you're playing in. Um,
right.
I think the sort of standard era is the 1920s. So
Yeah.
there's a lot more sort of classism in the 1920s and the 18 somethings, I think, is another setting.
Right.
Less so in the modern times, although still plenty of classism. But it's sort of an extra flavor, but doesn't necessarily need a sort of its own rule. So yeah, I
Right.
agree with you. It could just be maybe role played. That's just decided by the character.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, the injury system seems more like kind of like a fate type injury system, depending on
Mhm.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Um, it kind of uses blanket damage versus like how like games like Dungeons and Dragons and other games use like individual weapon damages. This is more just like categories, minor,
Yeah,
moderate,
there are weapon damages
right,
as well, but Call of Cthulhu is not really about the combat. I mean, you
right,
can't
exactly,
really fight Cthulhu or one of his, one of the sort of eldritch horror things that come out of nowhere. Can't really fight them. Um,
right. I think I get a sense that the Call of Cthulhu is about outrunning the other characters.
yeah, it is just who can run the fastest, and you're fine.
Yeah. So Harry, what did you think about the GM section when it talked about like running the game? It seemed a little rules light to me. Did you get that sense too?
um, yeah, I think it's very much a narrative, go with the flow kind of game. Um, I mean, the players will do a lot of the storytelling for you, which is great.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, I love rules light. I mean, I don't have to remember all the rules.
yeah, me too.
Having Yeah, not having to look at the rule book every 10 minutes when you're first trying the game out is
Hmm.
great.
Or,
Um,
or yeah, or stopping play and say, wait a
yeah, that
second,
really slows down playing.
like I'm doing right now as I'm flipping through this PDF.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely in the plus column for me. I like that it appears really rules light, and the rules they do have, it seems like they could be easily kind of just adjusted without any real major um, hiccup in the game.
yeah,
The game would still play as intended with just some minor modifications, if I would even do any, based on what I'm seeing.
yeah. So I think running this game as a GM it relies on a lot of sort of improvisation, and you have to a lot of reaction to what the players are doing, which can be quite
Right.
difficult for newer games. So this may not be the very best one to start with if you're looking for a new game to play as a brand new player. Um, but certainly, get a bit of experience and come back to it because it looks like a
Right.
great game.
I think it
Um,
definitely comes down to a comfort level. How comfortable are you with
yeah,
improvisation? How can you kind of fly by the seat of your pants? Do you like a theatrical type of role playing game? And this might be a good game for you with that little bit of that dark edge to it. That tenseness that is Lovecraft's world. I think that could be your game. But if you want a game, not this isn't a power gamers game. This isn't a min maxers game for sure.
yeah. I mean,
You
there
know.
is another way of actually playing the game. I mean, at the back of the quick start rules, there's pretty much most of the actual PDF is a an adventure to run,
Hmm.
um, and it goes into great detail about pretty much every location your players might go, loads of handouts to give out. So you could go the route of just being overly prepared, but that can waste a lot of your time.
Yeah.
Um, so I think playing like that, I'd just go for pre pre done adventures and just make up one with your players on the fly, so you don't have to make so many handouts. Um,
Yeah. So
it's
what do you think? What do you think? Game you'd want to run?
Yeah, I definitely have a go at running this.
Yeah. Me
Definitely to
too.
read some more of the Lovecraft stuff. I have his I've got the entire collection on my Kindle, so I'm gonna read through it again.
Yes. Nice.
But, yeah,
I,
there's some really good art in this book as well, which are great inspiration.
yeah. Yeah. For a free rule set, it does have some really great art in here.
Yeah, it's all black and white, but it's within the sort of theme of the
Hmm.
1920s. Let me just share my screen a second. Um, let me see about doing that. Where's the button? There it is. Yeah, so once you guys can see this artwork here with the thing frozen in ice is just great. I absolutely adore it. Just there's already sort of maybe one or two games you could actually just run off just this. I mean, you could have a team of investigators. Some of them are out trying to prove, you know, things are like this are real. The other ones are trying to prove it's a hoax, and they're working together, doing all these sorts of experiments. And just bad things can happen. Like cultists can come in and do all sorts of mischief. It's a bit like you could run it a bit like the X Files with sort of Mulder being the very sort of
Oh, like X Files,
believes in all the conspiracy theories, and Scully is
right?
trying to disprove it. It's it'd be a great little sort of conflict within the party that they're working together to sort of achieve different things, but they still got to work together.
Yeah.
Um,
When I think about inspiration for this game, I think of shows like X Files.
yeah,
Those shows that are a bit, kind of off color a bit. There was one too that was Warehouse 13. I
mm,
think of those sorts of shows where normal people run into this occult, and and the characters may or may not be versed in the occult. They may be kind of drawn into it unexpectedly. Uh, Definitely looking forward myself to maybe doing a few one shots of this game. Kind of giving it a run.
yeah, and this particular art here is sort of pretty much the worst thing that can happen to your investigator. And the guy at the front ran faster, so he's probably okay.
Glad to see chivalry is not dead. Well, it is in that picture, but
Yeah.
I love that her hand is reaching out like Henry, no. That
Yeah,
is
I
nuts.
mean,
But
the great thing as well is, although he got away, he might have actually, got away with his life. He's gonna be probably very quite insane, which is great. There's rules for that when you go insane. All sorts of bad things can happen.
yes, very
Um,
nice. I think this game plays to our darker side, Harry.
yeah,
When you look at the games that we already enjoy playing, um, I think that's probably one of the things, if I'm going to be truly honest with myself, one of the things I love about this game is that it's dark,
Yeah.
and it definitely it really challenges people to bring out their darker side, like actually, like to be that guy that is running away from that whatever the heck that thing was,
Yeah.
and leaving his friend behind, or the other people behind. That's what it is. It's about embracing that. Because what do you typically do in these in role playing games? You work together. It's a collaborative thing. Not to say you can't collaborate, but at some point, I'm just thinking in this game, you have to say, wait a second.
They're working together, but it's still every man or woman for him or herself.
Right.
Once it gets down
Right,
to
for sure.
once it gets down to.
So, so Harry and I are going to be running some of these games, and we'll be posting some events here shortly. Um, Keep an eye out, and yeah, we'd love to see you guys at the table. It'll be a game, and if there's any experienced Call of Cthulhu players out there, we'd welcome any feedback or anything that you guys have done that might be helpful for us. And new players, if you just want to give it a shot, this is going to be a low pressure. These are going to be some low pressure games where you're just going to have fun and just run the system for a bit.
I mean, if you've never played Call of Cthulhu, never even played a role playing game, just hop in, join. We don't mind. I'm new, fairly new. I've been playing for a year. That's it. So I don't really know what I'm doing.
And in full disclosure, I have never read a Lovecraft book. This is my first time ever reading anything. I've heard a lot about Call of Cthulhu, but this is my first time actually reading through any of the rule set.
Yeah, I mean, there's some great stories. You've got to read them, and they're quite short as well, which is good. So you don't have to sort of spend ages reading them. You can sort of pick up one, spend half an hour reading it, put it down again, pick up another one the next day, and they're all really quite different. They tend to take perspectives of just one man who's slowly going insane or is already insane, having seen some horror that he just can't comprehend, and it's great. I love this sort of. I love the lore, the mythos.
It's great. I think we're done with this. I think we beat this bad boy to death. Leave a comment.
We got some people in the chat.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, we got Shields of War. He wants to play this game. Yeah, you've got to join us. We'll put some events up on Absolute Tabletop Facebook group. And is it OSG?
The OSG.
And we got Chekhov. He wants to play.
Checks. Oh yeah, Checks. Gotta play.
Yeah. I think you are you going to run one? Because I haven't got too much time this week. I've got work, and I've got I'm playing in Mike's game in the evening on Sunday. So
yeah. Oh no, that's not a problem.
Because it's difficult because I'm EST and you're EDT, so there's a time zone difference. So it's a bit difficult to organize games that aren't in the middle of the night for me.
Yeah. Shields of War, have you are you on the OSG or Absolute Tabletop Facebook groups?
I should probably throw when this is over, I'll throw some links in the description.
Yeah, we can link to the website where you can download the rule set.
Yeah, I'll do that as well. I should have done that really before we started, but it's midnight. It's been a long day. Excuses. But yeah, and also, if you haven't subscribed to the Absolute Tabletop guys, subscribe to them. They're great guys, and their Facebook group is just amazing. You can just sort of post, talk about anything on there, as long as it's RPG related.
Yeah. Definitely
So
they are
if you're new, you can post like, oh, how do I, do this? What makes a good character? Um, oh, got is that Lloyd? Yeah, get you in.
Yeah. I don't think Call of Cthulhu is dark enough for you, Lloyd. How'd that Star Wars game go? I only could watch until 4:30 my time, but it looked like it was going well.
Oh, I need to watch that.
You didn't follow the plan though. I was disappointed. All right, good. Sounds good. I'll see you in a few actually.
Yeah,
All right,
what
so
game are you playing tonight?
we are playing a Midlands game where we are like what would be the equivalent of like knights um, around
Awesome.
medieval England. And we've gone north to kind of enlighten the barbaric heathens and win them back over to our side so that we can fight a bigger threat to the south. And we are just immoral bad guys.
Well, I mean, knights in medieval times weren't the sort of the romantic modern chivalry. They were just chivalry was a code of battle. It's how you sort of made war. It wasn't anything like people think it is today. Uh, Knights were not very nice people, at least most of them.
Well, we definitely fit that mold. My guy is actually some crazy religious zealot.
Mm.
Lloyd's guy is a power hungry megalomaniac, um, which he plays way too well. Uh, we have an inquisitor who's always trying to find balance. We have a
Yeah,
couple of knights that are always kind of doing their own thing, which is just putting a kibosh on all of Lloyd's work. So
that
it's
sounds
pretty.
awesome.
So bottom line, it's really fun.
Mm. Yeah, I imagine you play the games that I want to play. Like we have similar tastes in games.
Well, Harry, if you have a chance to get into one of Nicholas Dawson's games,
Mm.
jump at it, or one of Lloyd's games. I mean, they're
Yeah,
I haven't I've never actually been in a game with you, Chex, when you were actually the game master. I've been in a lot of games with you where we're both players, but I got to get into one of your games, Chex. But yeah, keep an eye out for those guys, Harry, and they're really good.
yeah,
Good game masters. They give you a good fun game.
yeah. I definitely will. Right, I think we'll call it there, as you've got to go off and do your thing. I'm going to go to sleep. Um,
All right, cool.
yeah, so
Thanks, guys, for joining
yeah,
us.
we'll see you guys tomorrow for another RPG a day, if we have time for it anyway. We'll try. We tried. I don't think anyone's actually managed to keep on time with that. It's a tough thing. Spend
Yeah.
doing that every day.
So, Harry, always a pleasure.
Yeah, it's great to see people in chat. Uh, right. Well, see you again soon. It's been great.